when you find leaders citizens of Ghana who are committed to stand against corruption, they become leaders of a movement. And in our present situation, we found two leaders in the president, because when he set up the office of the special prosecutor, it was globally acclaimed. He said he would do it when he was in opposition or contesting elections, and it was one of the first acts he implemented, and that really raised his profile. So many see him not only as leading the fight against corruption in Ghana, but also in Africa. So there's a lot of interest about the stand he takes in our country on corruption issues and so on. The second leader we found is Mr. Demelevo, the Auditor General. It is true he came into office in December 2016, but really there wasn't much work to do in December 2016. The actual work started in 2017. So effectively he's worked under our president. And you saw the extension of the president's stand against corruption in the support that Mr. Demelevo has consistently stated comes from the president. He said it on international platforms, we've read about it, and so on. So because of this support, difficult as it is, the anti-corruption movement feels that the president stands with them, and Mr. Demelevo continues to say the president supports him, and there's nothing he needs to do his work that is not done. And indeed, in the statement that came out on Sunday from the president's office, it was also stated that actually the president listens to him. So when you put these two things together, there is some confusion going on. Those of us with friends abroad and so on who are monitoring are saying, what has happened? What does this mean? What explains this? These are the two leaders we've seen standing in support of the fight against corruption. So let us look at that. People are a bit confused and demoralized, but on the strength of the facts, referring to the public service, human relations policy, is that it? And also giving some of the areas that constitutional legal that the basis for the president's decisions could be reviewed, and Mr. Demelevo called to work, because he's one of those senior persons who fall under the Public Service Commission's rules and regulations, not necessarily the Labor Act, because there are different categories that are dealt with. So all we are saying is that we go beyond just the law. We also look at a movement, something the president stands for strongly, the fight against corruption. He once said that if it matters, he would put his position on the line. You remember the thing with Galamsey, the decisions he made. So there is really some very serious impact that unintended that his decision is causing. That is why in our statement we are calling on the president that his international profile on this matter also requires that if some laws or rules have been misinterpreted, and that has also created the situation where Mr. Demelevo's leave has been increased to 167, which is in a sense punitive for someone who has worked so hard and saved so much money, and the president himself has borne witness to. We think that usually you expect commendation, or you expect that the support will continue, and not anything that looks at punitive. So we're just appealing to the president. Of course, we've made the options available, stated them in the letter, but we think that it is not too late for him to support the campaign of calling him back, bringing him back to do the good work he's doing, because it affirms the president's own leadership in the anti-corruption campaign that we are waging.